Welcome to the path. It's good to see all of you again. I did a little short, and I believe it's out there on YouTube right now, or should be there shortly. Excuse me, a lot has happened, and that is the reason why I had such a lengthy absence. First and foremost, I want to apologize to each and every one of you for that absence without an explanation. Forgive me. I do apologize for that. You know, the last few years have been quite difficult for me. I've had a lot of things going on. Last year and a half, 2 years, vaguely around that time, I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4 family members. And it seemed like it was just one pretty much right after the other. Trying to stay focused in the Word, trying to bring you videos I think that you would enjoy watching. And I've mentioned this in other videos. I get up at 1 in the morning. Normally, some of the videos, I would probably say the majority of them, give or take, I was doing them here. And it was 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I got to the point where I just felt like I was totally burned out, where I was just kind of going through the motions. Physically burned out, I think just mentally I was. And with that, with losing family members, pretty much one right after the other, I just got to a place where I just wanted to take some time and just stop basically everything, try to catch my breath, and try to refocus. Slowing down, taking a break is a good thing. I continued to pray, I continued to be in the Word, but as time went on, that slowly started to diminish. As that started to diminish, the world started to slowly creep in. And then I realized I wasn't reading the scriptures at all. I was hardly ever praying. And then the embarrassment and the guilt and the shame for not posting videos, not keeping you informed with what I've been doing, or what's been going on rather in my personal life. Even though it's my personal life, I still feel that you need to know what's going on, that you feel like you're a part of it. There's some other things going on as well at this time. I'd rather not really comment on that too much. And I just got to a place where I asked to be forgiven. I asked to be forgiven, and I asked our Father what He wanted me to do. And I did voice the thought of making this video and of coming before you and to move past this and move forward. You know, it's a new year, 2024. This is what, January was it the 24th? You would think I'd have it memorized by now. 21st, excuse me. And he showed me a few signs, and I feel that this is what I'm called to do. And it's very interesting because I prayed about this, and I was asking him about this morning. I sat down early in the morning, got a cup of coffee, got on the laptop. Out of nowhere, I have a short that's showing on YouTube. As I scroll down, there's another one. I believe there's 2 of them there. And that surprised me because I haven't posted anything for such a long time. I prayed about it further and asked. And I felt that the Holy Ghost was confirming that I need to press forward, to get on my feet, to get focus in this year, to get back on track, to get back on the path. There's this young kid at work. I mentioned previous videos that I take a bus to work and I take a bus back, and I was standing in line. I just completed my day of work, and there's this young kid in front of me, and I looked down and I said, "Man, I like you." He goes, "Well, you like me?" I'm like, "You're a good kid." He looked at me and said something to the degree that no one's good, or there's none that are good. I looked down and smiled and I said, "Why? Or where did you hear that?" He goes, "Well, it's part of my religion." I looked down and said, "Well, what religion are you?" He goes, "Well, I'm a Christian." I looked down with a smile and I said, "Kid, that's not a religion, that's a relationship." Kid is pretty young in the faith, and he's still feeding off of the milk. He hasn't even begun to eat solid food yet. I spoke to him in the past, since then, and I explained to him that I'm here for him. He doesn't know anything about this channel yet, and the reason why is it just really hasn't come up. We were talking one time, I told him, I said, "I'm here for you." I said, "Don't ever think that you're truly alone, because I am here." And I explained to him, when I thought I was saved, and when I thought I was walking with the Lord so many years ago, things started to basically dissolve. Worldly things, relationships with people that I thought were friends, acquaintances, family members, the heckling, the jeering, the nudging, the prodding, all that. And I told him, I said, "Man, get ready, because you picked probably the most difficult way to live your life. Things are going to come, it's going to get difficult, but stand your ground. You need to be there for each other." I'm paraphrasing. He looked at me and he asked me, he goes, "Do you ever stumble?" I looked at him and smiled, and I said, "All the time. All the time." And that was interesting because today, early in the morning, I saw this kid at work. And I went over and spoke to him, tried to keep it brief. And he looked at me, he goes, "I'm not gonna lie," he goes, I'm struggling with things. I told him, I said, "Yeah, I understand that. And we all go through that." And I kind of mentioned to him, if I recall correctly, I said, "This here, this, King James, if you don't feel like it, if you feel too tired, if your heart's not in it, if your head's not in it, if you're too sick, whatever the variable, I want you to take this book, or the book that you have. Let me show you. Just open it up and read. Doesn't have to be page after page, but pray and ask our Father for guidance and help. Should have mentioned that to him, but I will when I see him. I said, you just continue to read and continue to pray. I see so many people all the dust build up on this. The last building I went to, there's an older gentleman, apparently he moved, and he called the pastor, the deacon or whatever, and he goes, "I can't find my Bible. I don't know where it is." And I automatically thought to myself, how do you misplace this? This is this is our life. How do you not know where this is? I know exactly where my scriptures are. I know exactly where I keep it when I'm at work. Yeah, I carry this with me. When I get off the bus and walk into an office, they have these cubby holes. I put mine right into my cubby hole. I read this on my breaks. I carry this with me on the bus. This. When I walk through the door here, less than 5 minutes, give or take, I have a chair that I sit down and a table where this sits on. So in the morning, after I pray, get the coffee going, wake up a little bit so I'm a little focused, a little more alert, a little more awake. Then there's time to learn more about our Father. Then that is the time we need to learn more about who we are and why we are the way that we are. I was talking to a friend of mine. Guy's like a brother to me. He moved out of state, be closer to his kids, and he's an older guy. I'm teasing him a little here. We're about the same age, and he has grandkids. And I texted him this morning about being so shocked with seeing my shorts on YouTube. I asked him, text him if he would join me in this journey upon this path. He hasn't responded. We're going to come across people like that all the time. Be it family members, people you care about, people you feel that are family. They don't, I'm not saying this guy, I'm saying in general, people don't want to take time to read, to know, to understand. Getting back to the last few years and things going on in my personal life, I have 2 other siblings. As I work one morning, it was early. For some reason, I still have my phone on me. And it started to ring. I answered it as my older sibling telling me that another sibling of mine was going to pass away shortly. And the amazing thing about that, I went to the office because I was shocked. And I spoke to a lady and asked if I could speak to this lady privately that was in the office. And I mentioned to her, I said, you know, this sibling of mine, I don't know if they're going to make it another couple hours, another couple days. You know what, this lady, she seems to be nice. She didn't say, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. What can I do to help you? She looked at me and she goes, well, what do you want to do, Keith? Do you want to go home or do you want to stay at work? I'm like, I don't know what to do. What should I do? And she's like, well, I don't know. Do you need to be with the rest of your family right now, or is everything okay? So I called my sibling back, and that sibling said that they were okay with what was going on. I remained at work, but it was shocking, the lack of trying to be there for someone when you see someone that's in shock, in pain, that's at a low point in their life. And it just seemed like all I did was disturb, interrupt this lady. I was surprised. I don't have any ill feelings towards this lady, any animosity. It just shows me that people, they just, in general, they really don't care. I do. I'm here. This year, I wanted to be a year of new start, new beginning, a new focus, and for us to come closer together. If you stumbled across this channel, you know what's going on, please check out some other videos I've done in the past. Hang around, see what's going on. Another sibling of mine, she younger, and tried to speak to this person. They have a higher education than this person does, and probably the majority of individuals that they run across. And I think it's quite interesting to say, if I recall correctly, this person is about as hardcore atheist as you could probably be. interesting story with this person years ago. They were getting ready to get married, excuse me. And everyone's supposed to meet at the certain location. I'm there with family members, and we arrive, and this person's getting ready, and I asked this person, I said, why are we here? If I remember correctly, the best I can. Well, what do you mean, why are you here? I go, well, why are you getting married? Well, what do you mean, why am I getting married? I go, listen, you don't believe in God. You don't believe that there's a heaven. You don't believe that there's a hell. Why are we here? Why do you want to stand before the presence of God to come together to get married before God that you don't believe in? Does that make any sense at all? It's kind of like the scriptures. We've all been deceived. I used to read a different translation. It never made me really feel comfortable going to a dead building. And you see all of these people dressed real nice, and they play, and they're happy, and they're joking around. It's kind of like a club, really. This person over here has one translation. This one has a different one. That has a different one. I have a different one. Everyone has a different. Couple of the same over there. And as I mentioned this kid today, I go, think about it. God made everything. He made a tiny little ant, a tiny little gnat. He made the entire universe, the solar system, the earth. And you're going to tell me that he was unable to have his perfect word written down for us to read so we understand who he is? So every couple years, these different authors, they take these books, not this one, not this translation, no. They take different translations and they tweak it a little bit, take this out, put that in, do this, do that, get it all back together, get it published, push it out there and sell it again. I'm looking at this young kid. I'm not trying to him too heavy with things, but I did say to him, I said, so the God that made the heavens and the earth and the stars and everything that we've ever seen, all the plants, all the animals, you and I, the air that we breathe, everything. But he just couldn't figure out how to make his perfect word so we can have it and read it and understand not only who our Father is, but who we are. The history of this entire planet. So these so-called scholars keep taking the word and they rephrase it and they tweak it and they adjust it and they do this and they do that to turn around, sell it, to make more money. And then if you look at these translations, and they all have these copyrights on them, where some of them, if you use too many words. If I remember correctly, it was something to that degree. You have to write them, get in touch with them, and get permission to use parts or to use a certain amount of words out of their books. I want to feast on the pure word, not be strayed away from a book that's basically a fable. If you're out in the woods and you're lost and you came up to a stream and you're dehydrated, wouldn't you rather drink from cool, clear water than stagnant, muddy water that's just been sitting there, decaying? And who knows what's been in it? I want to drink from the pure source. I want to feed on the true word. Oh, well, these translations, it's more modern language. How many people have been deceived by those, including myself in the past? I'm not wagging my finger at anyone. I'm just talking. Have you ever really wondered why? Why do I have to get up so early on Sunday morning and try to find the nicest clothes I have to go to this nice building, to sit on this nice bench, to look up at this nice pasture telling me a nice story? And then when it's over, everyone hangs out 20, 30 minutes, give or take. And then when you see them get to their cars, you see the majority of them transition back into the world. Getting back to this kid, I was trying to explain to him as briefly as I could because I didn't want to hold him too much. Of being a Christian, staying in the Word, staying in the fight, even when you do stray off, even when things in life hit you hard, knock the wind out of you, and you sit up and you realize it's been months later, like me. Keep pressing forward. I'm as human as you are, and I struggle with things as you do. Getting back very quickly to my younger sibling. Person is miserable. They talk down to everyone, treat everyone like crud. Why? To elevate themselves, to make themselves feel better. I understood to a degree, but I never truly understood. It's like, why? No one likes to be treated like that. Why can't you just speak to them the way you dreamt and wished for everyone to speak to you? I carry this book with me, carry the scriptures with me. and everyone looks at me. And I know the stereotypes. As a kid growing up, I've seen them on TV pointing their finger, condemning people, shouting, yelling. Ah! It's like, you think someone that's lost is really going to listen to that? You go, oh my goodness, he's right. I need to buy a 3-piece suit and come to your building now. Oh, and by the way, I need to bring my 10% offering. Why can't we just deliver the message? Why can't we just speak to people? Like we'd want them to speak to us. There's so much pain out there, and people are so lost and confused, always on their phones. As I mentioned this kid, I go, you're going to get to the point where you're going to make a decision what you want to do. And that obviously would be for another video. By what I was trying to say to him is, you want a relationship with our Father? Or you just want to be another religious person going through the motions? It's your choice, and you're the only one that can make it. I've made my decision, and I've been in a few battles, and I've been through struggles and pains. I've lost a lot. People that I thought were friends, family members that I thought were family. A lot. Father sees that, and He's been restoring. He's been gifting me with individuals in my life now. I want us all to come back together. And this year, my number one priority, the Word, the Word, the Word. I want to soak as much of this up as possible. I was watching some of my older videos a couple evenings ago, and I was shocked, borderline horrified, how far I strayed off. If we keep our eyes affixed on the Scriptures, and we build each day, each morning, to have a closer, stronger relationship with our Father, and we learn every morning and through the course of the day by reading what He has gifted us. As I mentioned to this kid, I went through my YouTube subscriptions. I deleted Instagram. I went on to my music thing, deleted some music. Everything is distracting us continuously, biting for our time and our energy. I'm going to look on Instagram. Man, that's a nice truck there. Hey, look at that motorcycle here. Hey, look at... Oh, it's already been an hour. Or did I use the hour in this? I apologized. Let me repeat that. I apologize forgive me for allowing things to come between us and for such a duration of time to pass. That wasn't something that I truly meant to happen. And that slowly, ever so effortlessly, I started drifting off course, off the path. I want to do a video on religion and relationship. And it's more of a video similar to this, where I want to express to you how I see the the differences of the two, and how we should come to our Father when it's our time, or how I kind of see it. Let's get to know each other better. If there's a video or a subject you want me to talk about or speak of, if you would, just write in the comments below. I'll do my best to speak about that. I'm not an expert. I don't have this memorized to me how many times I've read it cover to cover. That's not what this is about. I'm not trying to impress anyone because I have this and I carry it and I read it. What I am trying to do is learn and to grow and to understand it and to absorb, to submerge myself in our Father's Word and His instruction. I hope this video helps all of you understand why I have been posting videos in the past, and I just kind of wasn't there for a while. I always kind of shook my head, kind of smirked when I heard the expression, well, life happens. We're almost through the first month of this new year. May it be a year that we all dedicate ourselves to growing closer to our Father, deeper in His Word, and have a sense of community, that we don't feel totally isolated and alone. This kid at work, I know he's struggling. I'm thinking of writing down my name, phone number, some YouTube channels that he could check out. If I dare say, maybe this channel as well. I can't do it by myself. You know, when I left that building, some of the guys that were there, it's like, oh, you need to stay. Where do you live? We need your address. I go, no, you have my phone number. You don't need to know where I live. Well, we need to talk about this. If there's anything to really talk about. Well, you're, what was it? Neglecting the flock or something to that degree. And I'm thinking, how's that possible? I have a dear brother. We were on the phone for over, I think it was 2 hours, just fellowshipping with each other. Stay out of those buildings and stay in the Word. Church isn't some dead building somewhere. It's all prettied up. We are the church, you and I. Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Father, I thank you for this time, a time to come, a time to speak, a time to clarify my actions and to ask for everyone's forgiveness, to apologize to all. The last few years have been extremely difficult, painful, heart-wrenching at times, but you've always been there to see me through. May this be a year of dedication and focus, of coming together, of realizing a new time and a new start in this new year, dedicated to you, Father. May we be the true body, and may we be the ones that nourish ourselves from the true word. All praise be to the Most High God. In Jesus' name, we all pray. Amen. I'm going to get off this, try to get this thing figured out. I'm hoping I can upload it this evening or possibly tomorrow. That short should be out on YouTube as we speak now. Unless I messed it up, which could be a possibility, but I think we're okay this time on that. Father sure knows how to pick them, because when it comes to electronics and technology, I struggle immensely. Take the foolish things in this world. We're going to stand out. People aren't going to like us. They're not going to feel comfortable around us. They're going to despise us. They're going to hate us for the kingdom, for the word. Guys, have a wonderful day. I'm hoping everyone can find within themselves a way to forgive me and to understand what happened and to realize I just got to a place where it's like having the wind knocked out of you. You just feel numb. You just want to just sit and just not do anything for a while. Should have used that time, get deeper in the Word. Father, I don't understand. Help take this pain from me. Help get me refocus. Help me to get through this, as I know that you will. All of you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. If there's a video that you want me to do, put in the description. I believe there should be one down below. And I will try to get that figured out. Leave your name or channel name, or not channel name, but your whatever name, the thing on there, And I will try to talk to you about that on the video. Everyone have a blessed day or evening. I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching. Please share this. Subscribe, please. It's not for my glory or fame. It's for our Father's. I am just a simple messenger trying to deliver a message to all that wish to hear.